Lads, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Will. I'm a 22-year-old entrepreneur. I run the world's best community for online entrepreneurs called Willionaire. We host trips, events, masterminds, and online seminars. And today, I'm giving you the recording for completely free, an online seminar hosted by Piero Ladher, one of the members inside Willionaire. Piero's currently living with William Brown in Bali, and he gets access to all these sick, crazy masterminds just because he's so good at networking. And today, he's coming on, dropping an hour of sauce for all the boys around networking and Riz, so I'm sure you're going to enjoy this one. Yo.
Oh, lads, you're going to hate me. I'm so sorry.
It's all good, man. Orlando's just left. I think he's really, really upset with you, Piero.
That's so fair. That's actually so... my biggest problem right now is I don't have a calendar that properly works.
How not?
So, well, because I'm with Binder. It's a long story. Anyway, in my calendar was in an hour, so I'm sorry about that, lads.
It's all good, G. It's all good.
So,
yeah,
what do I miss?
Nothing. We've just been chatting shit, just about business and travel and where people are going and shit. So, yeah, nothing too urgent, bro. Nothing too urgent.
All right, cool. So, yeah, first, so I was late, everyone. I'm networking. Rebecca, Oscar, fuck's sake, getting you guys to say hi. It's with Will. Remember Will? Say hi.
Oh,
there you go. There's the crew. No, not Will Kuma. Anyway, right. So I was having dinner and I thought it was in an hour's time, so I'm sorry. But we'll go from together and jam pack. So lovely to meet you all. Thanks for giving me your time. I know it's really precious and valuable. What I want to do is I'll start by just telling you who you're actually speaking to, so you actually have some type of background. If you think I'm like useless or like I don't want to listen to this guy, then feel free to drop. Not here to sell you or anything like that. I'm literally just here to help. I'm in Willionaire. I'm just here genuinely to help you guys. So I'm Piero Ladher. I've known Will like pretty early on. Maybe January last year when you first started Willionaire. And I met Will because I was really into networking. And I'm still really into networking. I'd actually argue I'm one of the best guys at networking that I'd know. Obviously, I'm going to be biased. But just to give you an idea, does anyone know who Will Brown is? So do you know how much Will Brown charges for his seminars? Well, let's say he did like an afternoon mastermind that he hosted in Bali 2 weeks ago. Do you know how much that was? Just for an afternoon.
Isn't it like 8K or something?
Yeah. Exactly. It was 8K. You guys know Arlen Moore?
Yeah, Arlen was like one of my first mentors.
There you go. You know how much his costs. Who else? Shako. Do you guys know David Dre? Right hand man to Sam Ovens for like 10 years. Trying to think who the fuck else. Do you guys know do you know some of these community trips? Raw Global Beyond Members Club, Paul Ribbo.
Yep.
So both of those as well. The reason I'm telling you these guys, I just want to like actually show you the credibility. So Will Brown, I've lived with him in Bali for a week and a half. I'm now staying in another area in Bali, and then I'm going to go back to live with him for my last week here. Like living with him. He's like the best coach of all coaches. And I just stay with him for free. That's networking. Arlen Moore, I'm hanging out with him all day tomorrow at his villa. For free. No like money exchange here at all. Who else did I mention? I mean David Dre, Sam Ovens' right hand for like 10 years. Hung out with him. He always texts me. He's like just always traveling. And then the last guys, Tom Strickland and Paul Ribbo, they run these trips just around the world with all these like entrepreneurs and then just a fuck ton of models. And I went to Monaco. I'm not sure if you've seen my IG. I went to Monaco and literally just ended up going to that villa for free. Every guy there paid 20 to 50K for a week. The guys that went during the day, there were some guys that were allowed to go during the day for content because the content's killer. All of those guys paid 2 or 3K. And this isn't to flex, just to show you my credibility. When it comes to networking, I fucking know what I'm talking about. And then on top of that, when it comes to dating, I also know what I'm talking about there. So Paul Ribbo's trip, for example, I'm actually in a bit of beef with him right now. The reason I'm in beef is because I didn't pay a penny, went to this villa for free, and all of the models had the most fun with me. And so some of the guys that paid 20 to 50 grand and didn't get anything from girls, whereas I turn up for free and like, I have fun with like, multiple of these like genuinely 10 out of 10 girls. So that's for high level. Do you guys have any other questions about my background? Or maybe you can trust me a bit.
Tell them about Binder, bro.
Binder. I mean, even Binder. So my day job, I'm like a partner for this tech company. They pay me genuinely like really fucking healthily, more than 10K a month. I work when I want, where I want, how I want. I got that job purely through networking, or that role. I literally think it's like the biggest hack in life for girls and for wealth. And so that's why I kind of changed. This was originally going to be just around girls, but I want you guys to understand both, because if you get one of the right connections, you can double your net worth like that. And if you get like, if you understand dating, the best girls are always through other girls or like through someone you know. That like 99% of the time, that's how you get really good girls. And so if you can like quickly go anywhere, if we can get it so we can just drop you in like any fucking city in the world, and in like one day you can get like a group of girls, start going out with them. It's just like max aura, and you'll get to date whoever the fuck you want to as well, which is what I do. So good summary, Will.
It'll do.
All right, cool. So some no one's dropped off yet. So right, in terms of today, what I actually wanted to start with, sorry, hopefully you can hear me. What I wanted to actually start with is just telling you a bit about I wanted to tell you the mindset when it comes to meeting people, because I mean even yesterday, like I'll tell you a quick story. This guy Tom Strickland, this isn't talking shit, just fact. Tom Strickland, he hosts Raw Global. So like Jay Alvarez goes on these trips, models, blah 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 blah. It's kind of like Dan Blazarian setup. He's incredible with girls, but he's only incredible with girls in his little setup, right? Where he's just surrounded by them and they're there for his trip. We were at this bar yesterday and he was like, oh, look at those two girls. And honestly, he couldn't go up and talk to them, which to me was wild because this guy only dates 10s. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because this guy, he set up his life for girls. Like he just fucks 10 constantly. And he's got the setup, but it shows like a key flaw, which is he doesn't actually have that layer of internal confidence. And a lot of it is actually the mindset. His mindset's fucked. So that's why I want to bring it forward to you guys, because this guy has got all this like reference experiences. He knows he can get with 10s, and yet his mind is fucked because at the bar, and maybe you guys can sometimes relate to this, at the bar he sees this attractive girl and he's like, I don't want to go over and look like a fool, basically. And I'm sure you guys would have felt this at some point before. Can we say I if we have? I definitely fucking have. There you go. All of us. And it's natural. Do you guys know where it comes from? Feel free to jump in.
Fear of failure.
It's like approach anxiety, and you're like externalizing yourself into self-worth to the reaction of the other person.
Do you know why, like evolutionarily, where it comes from, though? Like the explanation about it with tribes and shit. Does anyone know the story?
Yeah, if you fear that you get kicked out of the tribe.
Exactly. We want to pass on our bloodline. So if you fucked up approaching a girl and like made a fool of yourself, that's literally like end of the line. Because in your tribe of 150 people max, if you fuck it up, you're done. End of the line. So our genes hate that. And so it's very hard because you kind of have to rewire your brain. So I want to teach you some mindset hacks that if you go out tonight, tomorrow night, wherever the fuck, we'll focus this on girls to start, then other networking things too. You can change it like that. So first hack, you might have heard it before, but whenever you get this feeling of anxiety, right, what you need to start to do is you need to start reframing that as excitement. You've probably heard this before, but I don't know if you've done it in this dating context. In the brain, anxiety or like nervousness and excitement are like neurologically the same fucking thing. And generally, you might have had this before a job interview. If you just tell yourself, actually, I'm not nervous, I'm actually excited for this call, you'll instantly feel better. So that's the first thing I want you guys get into your head. If you see that girl and you feel nervous, just say in your brain, I'm excited. And you're excited, why? You're excited because this is the opportunity for you to figure out if she fits into your life. You guys want to be like a vacuum. Will's doing a good job at this, where like he's just working on himself, building himself. He's very free. And so he's made this massive fucking vacuum and he doesn't give a fuck. So when he goes out, girls are naturally attracted to him. Is that fair, Will? Not just trying to big you up.
Yeah, definitely to some degree.
And so you want to have this mindset of, firstly, rewriting the nervousness into excitement. And secondly, this mindset's so key, it's actually being the selector and trying to pick. Because all of you guys here, how many of you are? There's like 10 of you, right? Like percentage-wise, there's a very, very small percent of the population that actively works on themselves, and not just actively works on themselves, but fucking invests in themselves on shit like this. And that's exactly what you guys are doing. And you might not know it, so this is just hopefully a helpful reminder, but you're genuinely like 0.001% of the population. You probably just don't feel like it. And even if you're on your journey right now, which you are, I need to remind you, because when you meet any girl, right, you're going to give them your energy, potentially. And so you need to be fucking selective of if that girl actually fits into your life. Now, I say this, I don't want you to use that as cope and be like, oh, I saw her over there and like, oh, you know, she doesn't fit into my life. Like, that's bullshit. You can't lie to yourself. Well, you can try to, but you know it will dig you up when you go home at night and you're like, I didn't even have the balls to walk up to that girl. And I've definitely had nights like that. Does all of this shit make sense so far?
Yep.
So, going back to the mindset, we're talking about approaching and approach anxiety. What you want to do on a night out is you want to stack micro wins. So start literally just by talking to the fucking bus driver, talking to whoever you can that day that you're going to go out. And the reason you want to do that is because you get out of your analytical mind and into the flow. You guys are rewarded in the financial metric for being super analytical and in your head and logical. Whereas girls just dick that and they only respond to emotional talk 99% of the time. So it's hard because you're rewarded by society for being super logical, and yet girls completely dismiss that and only reward emotional thinking, right? So what you kind of need to do is, with this frame of like, okay, I'm just trying to figure out if this girl fits into my life, right? This sounds so fun. This sounds so dumb, but you guys need to have some fucking fun. What you want to do is the day that you're going out, so I've gone on a bit of a loop, but the day that you're going out, you want to start stacking these wins early in the day, and throughout the day, speaking to more and more people, you're going to activate something called your winner effect. Do any of you guys do sales? Maybe all sell for your business. I'm sure some of you at some point would have had it whereby you close like 3 deals in a row, and then like the 4th deal is just fucking easy because you're in that winner effect mode. You're just like winning. That momentum is fucking killer. But the mistake that guys make is they go out and they're like, okay, I'm going to go to a club. And they have zero momentum. And then they literally like dropped into the fucking deep pool or deep end. And honestly, that's hard. If I said to you, like, okay, you've done no sales for a year, and then instantly I'm like, okay, go close this enterprise client on sales. You're going to be pretty shit at it, I promise you. But if you've been selling, even if it's like little things, right? Little stacks, stacking these micro wins. And then I'm like, look, speak to these people. You're going to be much better at sales because you would have stacked those wins, even if it's little. You need to drop. Bye, Simon. And so on top of this, an easy thing might be the following, right? Let's say you go on a night out, and there are 10 girls that you approach, which is fucking amazing. but all of the girls reject you horribly. That's pretty shit, right? And that can fuck you up. So, any ideas how you make that not fuck you up?
You can reframe it as a win. Like, who would have the balls to do that type thing?
Exactly. I like this guy. I like you, Jordan.
I've done the same shit you've done. Yeah, I'm here for the reminder. Yeah.
That's exactly it. And we all need this healthy reminder. What you need to do is you need to, just like Jordan said, and you have to have the mindset of like, who the fuck has the balls to walk up to some stranger and say hi? Because I've got like a lot of friends that are girls, and they're literally just they actually struggle to meet guys that are just fucking fun and interesting and have the balls to go up to them. You guys are all fun and interesting because of the lives that you live. You just probably, maybe not all of you, I don't know you yet, probably lack a bit of the balls to just go up and say fucking hi. So I'm being a bit harsh here, but go fucking do it. And if it goes well or if it doesn't go well, just say to yourself, that was 1,000 out of 10, because who the fuck would have the balls to do that? Which is crazy, because if you do this, you're now literally building aura by getting rejected. So that was like a short mini rant. What I do, let's do a bit of FAQ, and then I might go into like some other. And we can focus on the dating or the networking too. Huh?
You cut out a little bit like the last 2 seconds.
Sorry. What I said is, let's do like a little FAQ. I want to answer your questions because I want to give you guys the value. So tell me like what your questions are. I've networked with the best in the world. I do models. I'm the guy. So
Pick on people. Pick on people.
Right, Jose. Spanish.
Right. Yeah. I think I have a more specific question, bro. Like, I don't even have the fear. Like, I'm from Brazil, and I think Latinos have like a little bit of expertise when it comes to girls. Like, I don't give a fuck coming to a girl at a party or bar or whatever. But when I get a chance to speak to her properly, like get out of the party itself, and then I can talk to her, it's way easier. But when I am like in a party, you don't have like the leverage. The music is loud, whatever. What do you do in that specific moment that you can like separate her and then talk to her?
Like, give me a scenario. Is this like in a club?
Yeah, let's say in a club.
Right. Is she there alone or with friends?
With friends, yeah.
Perfect. What you want to do is when she's in the club with friends, you want to make friends with her friends.
Okay.
That's the hack. Because these girls, the girl nights, but they like clump together. So if you actually spend a bit of time actually speaking to her friends and making friends with her friends, they're going to trust you. And they're actually going to want you to go with her so she can have a fun night.
It's a really good advice. Okay, but then you go directly to her friends at first, or you go.
No. You can, but if let's say you just start speaking to her, whatever, right? Like I literally did this yesterday in this bar, right? Her friend came over, literally like looked at me like, "What the fuck's this guy doing?" Right? Because I'm just with her friend. She went to the toilet, and I just put my hand out. I say, "Hey, nice to meet you. I just was talking to your friend. Where are you from?" And I literally just ignore the one I was talking to, and I just start speaking to her friend. And you don't have to flirt. You can flirt a bit with the friend, but now the friend's like, she's like, "Oh, this guy's cool. He's chill. He's not creep. He's not gonna kill my friend if he takes her home."
100%. And then I think the most important thing is actually when you come up to the first time, like you actually compliment all of the girls in the circle. I think that's
honestly the best thing to do if there's like a specific girl in a group is to compliment all of them except one. The one you like.
Why would you say that?
It's alpha, and it makes them all think, "What the fuck?"
Okay.
So, for example, you girls all have lovely dresses, except you. Did you get that from a charity store? And the reason it works is because who the fuck has the balls to do that? The hottest girls respond very well to big bold moves.
Yeah.
I literally like last week. There was like a table of like 2 guys and 3 girls, and or is it 2 and 2? I can't remember. But I literally walked up to the fucking table in the middle of the day in the beach club, and I was like, "Oh, you guys all couples?" And they were just like looking at me like, And these guys like went over to these girls to try to pick them up. And then I was like, can I join? And the guys were literally thrown off. They were like, I guess. Yeah. Because they were trying to pick up these girls. Now I'm there. And the girls were like, this guy's fucking balls. Because not only, like, I didn't just approach, like, one single girl. I approached a group of mixed guys and girls. I'm also not jacked. I'm not shredded. I'm not
That's
crazy
right.
tall.
That's,
I know I have
that's
a nice
super.
face, but, like,
No, bro, thanks. Appreciate it, man. That's a good advice. Thanks.
Jordan.
Can I jump on the answer you gave to Jose with an example?
Please.
So I was in KL. I matched with this Russian girl on Tinder, and had a date scheduled for that night. But she brought her friend along because they were like there together, right? So I was attracted to the person I matched, but then there was also this girl there. I didn't chat to the girl I matched at all, basically. Like my whole focus was on the friend, because what the friend will inevitably tell the girl that you're actually interested in when they go to the bathroom together, about 2 hours into you guys talking, or even shorter, that her friend will beg her to fuck you, because it's like, finally it's the guy you've been looking for. If you lose, like, she'll do all of the game for you, because she'll be like, well, this is the guy that you've been looking for, here you go, type thing. Like, you need their like support, because the girl won't make the decision by herself doing it. She's very much prone to the social pressure from her environment and her friends, and not seeing like a slut, or not seeing like she's just like doing something bad. So she needs to support her friends. So you can enable that by talking to the friends. And that's how you actually do that, as opposed to being super direct about it.
Why do you think I have so many friends that are girls as well? And I bet you guys, probably all of you, I know there's like mixed feelings out there about this, but I'm like very bullish on having friends that are girls.
Mhm.
Especially hot ones. Underrated hack.
Yeah, just to expand on that, I guess the question. So like, I remember you watching a video of you talking about Charlie Morgan.
Oh
and
yeah.
the reason why he left Dubai, and like, I completely resonated with your opinion and take on it, because I see that a lot. Could you like expand and elaborate more on like the plight of the Charlie Morgan entrepreneur, and saying like, oh, there's no good girls out in Dubai or whatever? Like, explain, elaborate why it's probably an issue to think that way, and like how to solve that for the guys in here, maybe like in that
Yeah,
type of
I'm
position.
glad you brought that up. Right, so I don't know if you've seen it, but Charlie Morgan did a video on leaving Dubai because there's no good girls there. Like, that was one of his points. There are other points too. Air quality too hot, this shit. But one of his points was that, and also one of my good friends, a girl, literally was on Charlie Morgan's boat party thing where he brought a hinge date, and she had such a shit time. She was with her the whole time. Like Charlie's, like, not to talk shit about him. I know this is recorded, but he was on he was on this date on this boat party trying to flex, and this girl was just like, I just don't care, and was attached to my friend. So he's got some dating things he needs to work on. But the problem with it, and like what I want to kind of like dispel, is you guys are all business owners, right? What's the chance that your business will fucking survive when you set it up?
Very, very slim.
It's literally like almost guaranteed to fail. It's like 99% failure rate of businesses in the first 5 years. So why do you guys all do it?
For the chance that it works, chance that it doesn't fail.
Yeah, but even when you do it, do you have the mindset that it's gonna fail?
No.
Do you have the mindset that it's really fucking hard and like, oh yeah, like statistically it's not gonna work? Is that your mindset?
No, of course not.
Your mindset's almost delusional, but you're rewarded for it.
Yep.
And yet, for some weird reason, when it comes to dating, Charlie and all of us, because I've been like this too, we think to ourselves, fuck, like there's no good girls out there. It's impossible. It's bullshit. It's cope. And you wouldn't do it when it comes to your business. Like, that's the ironic thing, is like all of us entrepreneurs, we're like super bullish on our own business. But then on our own lives, we're like, it's fucked. You just can't have that mindset. You can't have that energy. You literally have to be almost borderline delusional. Otherwise, just don't bother. Like, don't do it at all. What's the point? But also, don't start your business. It's going to fail. So I try.
Yeah, just don't do anything if you're going to think that way.
Yeah, that's my point. That's literally like the summary of my point. So with that video, that was my main point. And then the other thing is like how he did it was just not very smart. from like insider knowledge as well. I didn't talk too much in the video, but basically most of his dating was just Hinge dates, and it can work. But like, if I was him and I had all these resources, like one of his things is he's like really optimized for time. Like, again, super logical mind. What he would need to do, or all he needed to do, is start doing like a weekly fucking thing on the palm. He's got this baller mansion, right? He's got loads of cash. All he needs to do is find one guy like me or some fucking promoter and say, okay, this is my exact type. Literally fucking Taco Tuesday. Literally, this is my type. What I want to do is every Saturday morning or every whatever the fuck Sunday, let's do a yoga class at mine and then brunch. You bring some guys, like, and that would be sick for networking too. Guys would love that. So you bring some guys, and then you just bring the hot girls that you're interested in. You literally run that for 2 months, and you'll find a wife. I swear.
Yeah, and you could probably make money doing that as well, because you could just like charge the guys.
Yeah. Well, no, if I was him, I wouldn't do that because
Oh yeah.
it's not worth it. But that's like the best entrepreneur hack thing too, in terms of networking. I mean, half of why I'm good at networking is because I like bring girls that are friends, and I introduce people to stuff. I get into rooms that like other people can't get into. Even like Arlen Moore's house party. I don't know if you know. I know this is more networking, but like I landed in Bali 2 Thursdays ago. The first weekend, the Saturday, sorry. I'm literally at the most exclusive party here, where there was a guest list of like 150 people. No, there was a waiting list, like 150 people, and I just got +1.
Can I ask another question just to follow up on that?
Hit me with it.
When you're looking to network with someone, what do you look for when you're looking for, like, they call it like primary driving, like emotion or like motivator? Like, how are you, like, what tools, or like how do you naturally spot like what that other person, what value you can bring to that particular person, so that you can bring it to them? Or is it just more like a generalized, it's me, I'm bringing the vibes, the girls, the laughter, just myself, that type of thing? Or is there like any specific things that you do for any specific people?
Depends on the stage. Depends on the stage. I'm very good at putting myself in other people's shoes, and most people don't do that. So I'll give an example. I don't know if you guys have me on IG, but the ones that do, I did this thing, I founders dinner. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
So this founders dinner thing, it's not mine. What I did is I hosted a dinner. I brought really cool fucking people there. I organized it all. But this guy called Tom, who runs Raw Global, which is like this Paul Ribbo style stuff, literally like has this thing called founders dinner every week. And I said to him, like, let me just run this week's founders dinner for you. You get all the credit. How many times? I didn't ask him for any money, did I? Like, how many times has he had someone do that for him? I've literally asked for nothing. All I've said is like me providing you value. And so I put myself in his shoes, and I was like, okay, he's trying to build this network. He's trying to build this like founders dinner weekly thing. I've literally taken all of the effort off his plate for 1 week, and I made it a fucking sick one.
It's a lot of social proof, and you'll stand out in his mind as well.
I don't know if that answers it. Pardon?
That's a lot of social proof, and then you'll stand out on his mind.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not sure if that answers it, Jordan.
No,
You
it
just
does.
you just ask questions like, what are you working towards this year? You know?
Yeah, true.
Like, he's
Just like,
trying to work on building that network.
yeah, and like the ROI, even though you don't really want to think that way, is that whatever he can pay you wouldn't be worth the actual like reciprocity that you build in that, and you're able to find your own sense of like return on whatever goodwill that you put out, because it's just a network and it compounds over time. Like, just to like riff on that a bit more, the way I started thinking about it was that you can't really calculate. Like, you're in your logical mind, you're in your business mind, but you can't really calculate the like return on investment or whatever action. You just got to like trust that it will pay off. And you're just like adding in all this like good vibes and goodwill, and then it actually ends up like being better than anything that you could have planned in the first place. Because if you get all transactional, then it's not a networking thing or a friendship. It's just like a business deal, and that's not the vibe.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I figured out what he wanted, and I just gave it.
Yeah. Expecting nothing in return. Yeah, sick.
Yeah, and you don't expect anything in return. And that's like, I think that's the big thing. You need to basically, like, because again, like, you're rewarded when you're selling. Sorry, I don't know if I cut off there. But what you want to do is detach from that and just jam pack value. Even with Will Brown, I've done it. Like, do you know how fucking, sorry, but do you know how fucking crazy it is? I live with Will Brown. Moved out after a week. And now he's asked me to come back because he misses me. That
Can
is,
can you tell that story?
huh?
Can you tell the story how you met him?
So, but I met him. How the fuck did I meet him? I basically met him in Dubai earlier this year. No, end of last year. I got +1 to his mastermind yacht. And on that yacht, literally, I just didn't give a fuck about who anyone was. That's how I became friends with David Dre and a lot of these big guys, right? Do you guys know like Oliver Foreskin, whatever the fuck his name is? Like, he's my friend too. And it's the exact same thing. The playbook's very simple where like I meet any of these people and I just don't give a fuck. Like I'm like on this yacht, I'm like standing next to him and he's just like, yeah, I like do this coaching thing. I make like 600-700K a month. I'm like, okay, cool. Whereas a lot of people, what they do is they're like, what's the secret? How'd you do that? Oh my God, like, how would you start if you're in my shoes? What do you, they're just like, take. I think until very recently, Will thought I was richer than him, to be honest with you. So I fucking never asked him for anything. And like, have good vibes and just provide value however the fuck I can. I actually helped him with his relationship too, to be fair. And yeah, that guy like doesn't leave his house. Like he's very locked in. He like kind of borderline hates people. He's a bit autistic. He'll say this himself. And yet like I understand him, I can read him and I respect him. And stayed with him for a week. It was a good week because I was just positive. Even like when I was living there, I'll give you some examples. The guy loves morning coffee. What did I do? Just randomly, like 2 of the days, I would go to his favorite coffee place and just get him a fucking coffee that he likes. Leave it on the kitchen counter, and he's like, "Whoa, who the fuck did this?" I'm like, "Oh, me." He likes cigars. I bought him a cigar. All of
I
these
think
little
just being of service to people is a really good way. Not just even for networking, but just for like building actual relationships and rapport. For example, Richard the other day when he was in Warsaw, Gdansk with all of us boys, he was like, "Oh, they do my favorite cigar." He stood up and bought everyone one.
See,
Just
that's
because
G as well.
Just because he wanted to be nice.
Yeah, respect.
Then everyone's
Yeah.
going to remember that, you know.
Like, even like small things like chasing. Be the guy that chases to pay the bill.
Oh, we did
That's
that in
slept
Gdansk.
on. That's slept on. You like go into the toilet and you pay it.
You know what we did in Gdansk? We had this thing on our phone, and everyone puts a finger on it, and then whoever the thing lands on pays the bill.
There you go.
And I got stung like 7 times in a row. It was funny.
One more question, if I can be cheeky.
No, of course.
We've talked a lot about what you're able to give to others and like the benefits that you get from it. Could you talk more on what you get out of it in all of yourself? Like, what are the self benefits of living this type of lifestyle, providing value to other people, being of service, networking, that type of stuff? Like, what intrinsic benefits are you getting from like living this way compared to how you might have been before?
Okay.
Yeah, real. There you go. That's pretty cool.
Is that a good answer?
Yeah, that's a very good answer.
I'd argue that Oscar's the best YouTube coach on earth right now. Genuinely.
Yeah.
By the way, like when I landed in Bali, Paulina, who's this like model girl on like a Mykonos on Beyond trip right now, she was like, "Oh, where are you staying?" I was like, "I don't know." She booked and paid for a villa. Like, I've had like a trip girl pay for me for my villa. Like, that's like intrinsic. That's like tangible stuff. I think it builds your aura. Like, it's like a flywheel. I've literally skyrocketed to the top. Like, ask like Will, you've seen this live. Like 6 months, I was not in these circles. Like, it's almost cooked. Even
Just
any of
take
you
an
guys
action.
in ecom? Any of you in ecom? Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know a guy called Ramin?
No.
He's a big ecom boys. Anyway, but yeah, like the reason I say is because like you build your aura, you get this like winner effect. Like I said, it's like a small scale on just a night out, but you do it for your whole life. And then if you just give value, the intrinsic benefit is that there's no like bad energy, there's no bad karma. Like people just really fucking like you, and people want to bring you shit, and then it just skyrockets. And like so few people act like this. It's fucking shocking to me, and that's I guess what I'm trying to teach it. Like it's like such a hack. Don't know if that answered it, Jordan. Maybe not.
No, it did. Yeah, it did. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm asking questions that the guys might get like value from. So yeah.
No, I appreciate it. It's basically like you'll get like if you do this well, like I said, you can double your net worth, find the partner of your dreams. Like it's literally a hack. And the best thing for all of you guys is you're in Willionaire. Like you don't even have to go and like hunt out for the community. Go. Hit me
Yeah.
with it, mate.
If you were to start over again from beginning, not knowing anyone, what are the first places that you would go to like meet with these people? Like what would you do? Like where would you try and find these networking events or shit like that? Like say that you met William Brown, how would you say that you were trying to recreate with another person? How would you go about doing that? Because
So
more of I understand the value side of things, providing value, because I don't ask for anything first. I always give first. That
yeah.
part's fun. It's more of getting into the circles I'm trying to
Yeah,
figure
that's
out.
fair. That's fair. Okay, well you have to figure out where these people hang out at. Give me a country, give me a place.
I would say Hull, but it's not like there's not much here.
Well, firstly, okay, if that's your place, like there's no entrepreneur, like there's just you're in the wrong place.
yeah,
So
yeah.
fucking move.
What about London?
If you're in like London's decent, right? If I was in London, I would ask myself like, okay, like let's say I want to network with like ecom entrepreneurs, like follow the top ones because they'll post like the gyms that they go to and this shit, right? Start going to those gyms. Just fucking go there. Like Iman Gadzi, I'm one away from Iman in so many ways. By the way, I actually think I'll meet him. Sorry, my internet. I look at like where the fuck do they go? Where's the bugged? Sorry, I think my internet's a bit fucked. You guys, is it back?
Yeah. Let's go.
Why not? Is it back? Sorry.
It's cutting in and out.
It's back.
I'm gonna go on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we've gone here. Well, yeah, are you still there?
I think
Talking to Wi-Fi.
something.
Interesting. This.
It is, yeah.
Very.
I like the bit where you said, tell yourself you're excited when you're going to speak to someone.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I think that applies to a lot of different things as well. It's like calls,
Yeah.
fights. Before a fight, you could even apply to that.
Yeah.
Always. P.
Sorry about that.
All good.
Sorry.
Back over to you.
Harley Wi-Fi. What was the question? The question was, how would I speedrun it if I had to start again?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I just like start like not stalking, but just like follow these people, see where they hang out. Another hack is a good hack, right? Let's say there's a creator that you like. Don't DM them on their main platform. So, for example, I don't know. Let's even say William Brown, right? Don't DM him on IG. Don't DM what? All right. Don't DM him on IG. Don't DM him on YouTube or email or WhatsApp. Go try DM him on fucking Twitter. Everyone's gonna do this now. Or LinkedIn. Like, do it on like a platform that they're just starting to use or their smallest platform. Often Twitter. Will, do you get many IG DMs?
Yeah.
How many Twitter DMs do you get?
None.
There you go. So to answer your question, figure out where they hang out, start going there, and then like establish rapport. Just start speaking to people. You need to become that social guy. If you have like a social group as well, what's really important is to have things to invite people to. There you go, Jordan. No one fucking has things to invite people to, like a good offer, right? You can have as much value as you want, but if you don't have like an actual offer in your funnel, you're not going to convert anyone. So by having like an active social life and like interesting shit and events that you can invite people to, then they can convert. Does that make sense? And it can be as dumb as some fucking house party. Because for example, like let's say you're this in London, right? And you meet some like entrepreneur, you can say to them like, "Oh, I'm hosting this dinner next week with other entrepreneurs, other girls. Do you want to come?" Obviously, they'll say yes. Not obviously, but it's just like value, right? Or like, I'm going to this house party that's like this or this or this, or like I'm doing this that's cool. Do you want to come? That's like your offer. So think about your offer. You constantly want like different offers in your life you can invite people to. Does
So
that make sense,
yeah, appreciate it.
Richard?
Yeah, cool. So my question is about Instagram, and obviously you've got a very cool Instagram. It's sort of like, how would you optimize your Instagram for networking? And I suppose for the other boys in here, like how would you optimize it for girls as well?
I just want to do something. That do you have your laptop open?
Yes. Do
Can you share your screen?
you want to see my Instagram?
Or no, can you? Yeah, we can do that as well. But like, share your screen and load mine. I just want to show you guys something because it might be limiting belief. Right.
I am logged into a client's account, but it's all good. It's all good.
Fine. That's fine.
I won't remember what's yours again?
P-I-E-R-O.
P-R-O.
No, P-I-E-R-O. P-I. No. P-I, not E. Yeah. And then L-A-D. That's unblocked there.
I got it.
Fine. So if you look at these posts, right, I can unarchive them. Might get rid of the one of me as a kid. But like click on the one with the cake, the one with the girl in the car.
Yep.
This is a week ago. My IG is like, can I share my screen with this? Can I do it on my phone? No, I don't think I can. Maybe I can. Sorry. Right, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to show you this because like I've kind of been playing around with it. Like I did this batch of like different content and stuff like in April. But like I did most like this stuff wasn't shown. You can ask Will, like this is January.
Yeah, you just put that on his profile. Boys,
Like,
I need to bounce. I'll not kick everyone off the call. I've got a Willionaire Ascend sales call. So I need to jump.
That's cool.
I'll leave you all in. Piero, thanks for this, bro. I'll drop you a message.
Thanks, Will. So anyway, what I'm trying to show you is like, it's only recent that my IG's cool, and I've still done this. So I want to show you this so you don't have a limiting belief about it.
Yeah.
Makes sense? By Richard, which is yours?
It'll be richardT.uk. There you go. That's the top one.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I'm more interested in the networking side of things, not the girls at the moment.
No, that's fine. But this is my point. Like, it's fine. Like, it doesn't. It's not like like a massive hack. You know. Maybe if you want to do networking, then like have some of you fucking networking with some of these cool guys. Like you're in Willionaire. Did you do like a Willionaire?
Yeah, we've got one from Poland loading up. But,
yeah, post that shit. You have no stories, or do you? You have some stories. Like show that you're living an interesting life. You know that you can like bring people into. I'm going to Malta next week, by the way. If anyone's around.
Yeah, but that is really nice.
But yeah, actually, like, start posting stories. Try have them fun. Draw people into your life through like the imagery.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'd actually like if I were you, I'd actually remove some of these so it's more mysterious.
Okay, which ones? Like
I don't know. This one I'd get rid of.
Hi, Rowan.
This one, I don't know. There's none with you and friends, mate. Or
yeah,
like,
I mean that's why I joined Millionaire, man. Like I was doing shit before, so there will be soon.
That's
yeah,
fine. But no, but the reason I shared my screen is to show you like I didn't have this and I still networked and did it all.
Yeah.
Like that's why I'm not trying to just be like fucking arrogant and self-obsessed and shit. But like I've done this without being super jacked, without having loads of money, without like a crazy social media. My social media is sick now because I fucking did this pool trip for free.
Yeah.
That's why. So now, yeah, like of course I'll fucking flex it.
But yeah, it takes time to get there. I get it. Yeah.
But I did this now.
Yeah, it wasn't as if you like had those pictures and then.
Yeah, these pictures came like from nothing.
After the networking, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I'm like trying to show you as well. How do I stop? Does anyone else have questions?
Yeah, Piero, I'll just interject. Really interesting conversation. I've just been listening, really. What's your why with all this? Like, what drives you to do what you do? Obviously, you say you've got your job, which you're doing you've been successful with. You know, why don't you have this as an offer for yourself?
What do you mean? Why do I not have it as an offer?
Like, for example, if I look at myself, and this is like, and other guys that I know in e-commerce, it's completely the separate, like, it's like a separate life. We all just focus on our business and we just do really well with business. Like, I don't even have Instagram. I have 30 followers.
Yeah.
And that's not me downplaying anything at all. I think it's really cool. So like, what do you do it all for?
Like, I don't know your question. Like, why do I teach it, or why do I like network like I do?
Yeah, why do you do networking that you do? Like, what are you looking for? Obviously, it's great that you're hanging around with loads of cool people and doing what you're doing, but why are you doing that? Like, why are you choosing to do that?
I think because I just realized it's like the shortcut hack to live the life I've always wanted to live. Like, thanks for coming, Richard. I've always wanted to travel the world. I've always wanted to I've always wanted to travel the world, be around cool people. I like being around like inspiring people because I think it drives me.
Yeah.
I find it fun, and like for me, this is like the shortcut and like hack to have done so.
Yeah.
Like my Monaco trip cost me like 800 quid, including flights and accommodation and everything. And yet I was living the same experience, if not better, I'd argue, than people that spend 20 to 50 grand. So it's also like I said, it's kind of been a hack in a sense for me.
Do you is it mainly for a lifestyle sort of benefit then? Do you know, like with the relationship side, like I'm really trying to, I've been in a relationship for about 2 years. Like I've got an insane Latin American Peruvian girl who's got really good Christian values, and it's like
Cool.
I'm trying to resonate with it from like a
business.
a
Okay,
business
well, I'll
point
put
of
it like this, right? Like, okay, I'm about to launch my coaching offer for
Yeah.
like, so like basically what I've been talking about here now,
view.
right? My best friend is a guy called Oscar Owen, who's like, I'd argue the best YouTube coach in the world, because he just sat with Will Brown last week and added 100K a month to Will Brown. Next week, I'm living with Will Brown, the best coach of coaches. I've got there's a guy. He's like a bit hidden, but a guy called Dan who like writes like honestly just like some of the best VSL copy out there, and just like prints like dumb amounts, like multiple 6 figures a month because of like his copyright. He's literally said to me like, "I'm gonna write your copy for you."
So essentially, you're
like the business angle.
You're doing so much for all these people. They want to be with you. You're learning so much that when it comes to your coaching off, you're just going to excel.
I'm just gonna like skyrocket. You'll see it.
Yeah.
We'll watch it. Like, not to be cocky, but you'll just see it live now. Yeah, like I'm surrounded by the best of the best. Like hanging out with Arlen Moore tomorrow, all day. Like he knows a fuck ton about branding and stuff. Like people would pay to hang out with him.
Just to piggyback on Pierre's answer to your question, Leo.
Wait, let me just add one thing to that. Sorry, Richard. Sorry, Jordan. Basically what I'm saying, Leo, is like when I said like you're one network or like one connection away from doubling your net worth. Like,
I completely agree. I've done networking in a completely different point of view. Like, for example, my business partner, I found him through networking. Like, you know, I fly pretty much, you know, flying to Barbados for free, flying to Seattle for free. Like, I'm very similar, but I don't live it like, I live it in a different way. Like, for example, the people that I'm networking in Barbados are like old money, rich millionaires who are like really good potential investors.
That's cool. That's really cool.
And we you go play golf with them and whatnot.
That's really
so it's
cool.
like it's really interesting because obviously you have like
Well, it sounds like you've done it too. Then I've just done it in a different space. I've done it in like the lifestyle, so like e-com, online money space.
Yeah.
The hack.
It's really interesting.
Yeah. Jordan, sorry, I cut you off.
It's cool. I almost cut you off. I learned this from Arlen actually. What you want, you can get from other people. Like if you're able to provide value to someone, you can live that lifestyle for free sense. So everything that you're kind of wanting out of life, Leo, whatever goal it is, could be any goal. You can find the people who are already living that life or could help you get to that goal faster, become friends with them, and they'll happily give you whatever you want because you've been able to provide so much to them that it's like trips reciprocity and just makes it happen.
But like, is this also the thing? Like, okay, when I sit down with Will and be like, okay, help me like figure out my offer, he's gonna care about me more than his fucking top clients because he's emotionally invested in my success.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, because like they're helping you not because you paid them to do it, because they genuinely want to help you. And like, what would you rather prefer? Someone help you, like the motivation of someone helping you, like just because you paid them, or you can like provide value to them and they'll happily give it to you in return 10x.
Arlen literally said that to Oscar. Arlen literally said to Oscar a message something like, "The value you provide me was so much, and I'm the type of guy that gives it back 10x."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Any other questions, lads?
No, I just know that you also know like RSD shit.
Yeah, I do.
So it flowed through, and it'd be dope to meet up one day.
Where are you based?
I'm in Chiang Mai right now, but I'm going to be doing a little tour around Europe September, October. I'll be in Bali in October.
Oh, nice.
And then head back to the UK November, December, and then January probably back to Cape Town.
That's cool.
So that'll be cool. Yeah, it's just interesting seeing it all applied by another guy. It's cool. So, yeah, I'm down about it. Keep it on, man.
No, I love RST shit.
Yeah. You watch much of Owen's recent stuff?
Yeah, it's the only thing I don't have time in my life. The only thing I watch on YouTube is probably Owen stuff.
Yeah.
And I probably do. I think I apply a lot of it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting you brought up the example of like Tom not being able to cold approach. I think that's just like extremely typical of the guys who don't have access to that like knowledge. Like they can pull tens in their setting, but they don't have the skill set to go like make it unless like they have to like pay for it or set it up in a particular way. It's very interesting.
And that's what I was saying. Like, what, like, for me, it's like, okay, let's say from a dating perspective, it's nice to know that, like, if my dream partner walks into the room, I have the confidence and I know how to go up and say hi. I know it's different for you, Leo, because you found your partner, but it's like, from a networking perspective, like, it's great, like, for me as well. Like, by the way, I met Andy Elliott like 2 weeks ago or something.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was like vibing with him. He was trying to guess where I was from. But even with that, like, of that room, like, everyone was like his fanboy, and like, I actually had like a proper conversation with him because like I get this stuff. So any room that I go into, if there's anyone that I want to meet and actually become friends with, I can fucking do it like that. It's easy as fuck. So it's like it's almost like a power in itself, you know?
Yeah.
Would you say obviously you're from the UK as well. When you left the UK, do you think you saw big improvements?
Yeah, like the best thing about moving away from home is that there's the best and worst, but like you lose your support system and you lose like you just don't give a fuck because like you just catch yourself in your previous life. So I love my friends from school, but like I would still have that judgment or in my head, oh, if I do this, it's like tall poppy syndrome, right?
Yeah.
Where like when I moved to Dubai, I was like, fuck, I know no one. Like I can just live the life I want or have always wanted to live. And literally not even 12 months later, I'm doing that. I'm literally like doing it. It's not even been 12 months.
Fair enough, mate.
So if you could move, I'd recommend moving. At least for like 6 months.
Oh, I definitely can. It's just picking the right place.
Just go find it, bro. Go travel around.
Take your girlfriend. Go to like Marbella. That's pretty big right now for entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no best place. That's what
No,
I found
there
at least. Like there's the best place for you for what you need at the moment.
Yeah.
So like don't prevent yourself from going to these places thinking, oh, it's not the best place, so I can't go, or we need to go to this. Like you need to go and see how you vibe with that place personally. As an example, my girlfriend and I, we went to Korea for like 3 weeks. We spent like a week in Seoul. We fucking love Seoul. S-tier city for us. Then we went to like Jeju Island in the south, quite like Druidic, nomadic type of vibe, really cool. And then we went to Busan, and Busan has like all this Instagram stuff with the colorful trains and like the poppy trees and all that type of girly shit. We fucking hated it because the vibe was off. And you wouldn't have like you would have seen it on IG being like, oh, Busan's a really cool place. It's already you got to like go to really experience it.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I've not been to Dubai, and I'm not letting any inclination of like what other people think of Dubai or what my predispositions are to Dubai. I need to go to be able to evaluate it myself.
Yeah, true. But like
and I might not like it, and that's fine. But just you need to go see, you know.
Every place has pros and cons.
Exactly.
But I think it's very important to move away from home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't done it yet, Leo, do it.
I moved away for 2 years and then I came back. Been back for about 6 months just purely because I'm just dotting about trying different places. I don't want to like commit somewhere.
That's fair.
You don't have to commit. Run the experiment. It's a split test. It's an experiment.
Yeah.
That's the mindset.
I'm kind of split testing right now. Been in Dubai and Bali. I think I actually prefer Bali to Dubai. I want to try LA later this year.
LA's alright. I'm a massive fan of LA, San Francisco.
Yeah. We'll see. I want to try. I'll
But
decide.
definitely try it. Definitely try it.
What would you say is like the thing that surprised you the most about Bali?
How many entrepreneurs are here?
Mm.
And the
Like-
caliber of them.
More than you thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was in Samui last year, and it's just a different. Like it's just different caliber.
Mm.
Samui, there's like 1 or 2 people that make like 30 a month, and like here, I'm like, I hosted this dinner the other day. Like Will Brown next to me, Arlen next to him. This other guy that just like he did all of Russell Brand's VSL.
Oh fucking hell.
Who else? Oscar. Just like different levels for the game, man.
Mm.
And I just didn't realize the caliber and the level here.
Sparring. Right, that's it.
Right,
Lads. Crack on.
let's call it there. But hope you found it useful. Sorry I was late.
Definitely, mate. It's very useful.
Hope you see you next week.
yeah.
I don't know if it's doing this week or something.
Good. Appreciate you. I'll see you around.
Take care, guys.
Guys.
Boys, well, that was fucking sick. Everyone took something away from that, and after the call, all the lads were messaging saying how good that was. So, Piero, we'll be getting you back on, bro. I think we're going to do this more frequently. And lads, if you enjoyed watching this and you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're making over 10k a month, maybe you're scaling towards 10k a month. Either or, we have a community for you. So if you want to be surrounded by guys like myself, Piero, and the other guys on the call, then simply just book in a call on the link below. We can have a chat and see if you would be a good fit. Until next time, boys, see ya.